Hello guys and welcome back to our channel Barca Admirers for your daily coverage of all the latest news updates and transfers roundup related to Barcelona. In this video, we have covered various reports that suggest that Koeman's stay at the club has been extended a little while longer, but the next 3 games can be absolutely crucial. Meanwhile, the club hopes to get back several of its injured players in top shape by the time the current international break is over. On the other hand, an English player very uncharacteristically is eager to join Barca in the winter transfer market along with many more such updates. So make sure to watch this video till the very end without skipping over any part. We start off today's news roundup with a rather interesting piece of statistic as compiled by Madrid-based news publication Marca. It states that Barcelona have only scored 11 goals out of a total of 73 shots in this season. Despite the current condition of the team and the rumors circulating around him, manager Koeman, however, has total confidence of the club, and with the reinforcements of Fati, Dembele and Sergio Aguero, they believe that Koeman can turn things around in the next 3 games. However, the lack of results in those games can reverse the situation anytime. In fact, in a very interesting report today, Spanish news publication Diario AS reported that Joan Laporta did not allow Koeman to elaborate himself on the club's current situation. He was supposed to be a guest on Johnny de Mol's talk show, but Koeman has been banned from speaking by the president. The Dutch coach of Barca then rejected the invitation this afternoon. On the other hand, Spanish publication Mundo Deportivo reports that after the international break, Koeman hopes to have Alba and Pedri at 100% and Fati ready to start the games. Aguero will be the next to recover, and then finally it will be waiting for Ousmane Dembele. As expected, however, former Barcelona player Miralem Pjanic said in his most recent interview to beIN Sports that Barcelona need a good coach to get back on their feet once again. Talking about replacements, top-tier journalist Ramon Salmuri reports that there is a lot of consensus within the Barca board regarding Javi, but Joan Laporta is still not convinced enough to sign him. Yet another reliable journalist, Javi Miguel, has confirmed that there has been no official contact to Javi from the club yet. Neither Laporta nor Mathieu Alemany has contacted him. Javi is ready to come over and take over Barca, and the club knows that through third parties. Meanwhile, Spanish news publication El Nacional reports that if Erik comes to Barcelona, he will ask Joan Laporta to clean up the team. Players like Sergio Busquets, Sergi Roberto and Jordi Alba will be tried to get them out of the club to save their salaries. The Dutchman also does not want Philippe Coutinho, Luc de Jong, Martin Braithwaite, Samuel Umtiti and Clement in his team. The report further states that HAG would love to bring De Ligt to the team as well as Ryan Gravenberch, and he would not mind bringing in Dani Olmo, and like all other European clubs, he wants Erling Haaland. Now, considering all these reports and the names on the table, I definitely am not sure who Laporta will choose finally as the next coach to take over Barca after Koeman. However, in my mind, it should definitely not be Xavi, as he still lacks some European experience. Erik Ten Hag, in my opinion, would be the best fit right now. Moving on to the next news update, we have the comments of Memphis Depay that he made in his most recent interview with ESPN. He said that he is definitely aware about the situation at Barcelona. People are not used to this. They're used to winning and great football. But he is not worried because he is sure that things will definitely change. When Memphis was questioned if he regretted his decision to join Barcelona, he was very much surprised. He said that this is Barca that they are talking about. Everyone knows the greatness of this club and what it means for a player to go to a team like this, and he will never ever regret it. For the next news update, we have the report of Spanish news publication Mundo Deportivo. It states that Pablo Gavi can become the youngest player to play for Spain only at the age of 17 years and 62 days, overtaking his counterpart Ansu Fati if he gets minutes against Italy tomorrow. Some more good news about the youngster. A Spanish publication Sport reports that Barca want to extend Gavi's contract until 2026. His current deal expires in 2023. Barca will also reward him with an increase in his salary. Up next, we have some more good news as news outlet Cope reports that Barca have paralyzed the renewal of Sergi Roberto. At the moment, no meeting between the two parties is planned to resume the negotiations. Going to the next news update, Sport reports that Clement has been suffering from knee discomfort in the recent weeks, a major reason as to why the French centre-back has not played much in this season. However, his knee has improved a bit now and it's expected that he will get more minutes from now on. As far as his French colleague Samuel Umtiti is concerned, Sport reports that Barca hope to sell Umtiti in January. It does not feature in Koeman's plans at all. Going to the next one, we have some big news as Mundo Deportivo reports that former Barcelona president Josep Maria Bartomeu testified yesterday before the courts for the complaint filed against him by Jaume Rure for the Barca Gate scandal. President Joan Laporta was reportedly also over there to testify against the former Barca president. Next up, we have once again some controversial comments made by La Liga president Javier Tebas towards Barcelona. He said in his most recent interview with Partidazo Cope that he had dinner in July at Laporta's house and he had agreed initially to sign the CVC deal. He told Laporta that Florentino Perez would try to blow him up, and Laporta himself assured him that he had personality and that he would definitely not be influenced by Florentino Perez. However, in the end, that's exactly what ended up happening. Tebas also said that with Laporta, he is not in a fight and he is definitely not in a state of conflict with the club. He and Barca are critical at this moment and the issue with Florentino Perez is much deeper because he is absolutely wrong about what La Liga should be, while Barca is also not deeply ideological. Tebas continued saying that he thinks that if Barca had signed the CVC deal, they could have kept Messi. They could allocate 15% of the amount to the players and it was a free decision. The signing of Memphis Depay and Sergio Aguero did not help either, but complicated the situation instead. Now, while Javier Tebas has a reputation of always speaking up against Barca, what he said about the financial part is very true. According to 2 Playbook, Barca still owe 115 million euros for the purchase of various footballers. Barca confirms that out of these 115 million euros pending payments to other clubs until the 2023-2024 season, 39 million euros is outstanding for Miralem Pjanic, 32 million euros is outstanding for Frenkie de Jong, 16 million euros for Serginho Dest and 13 million euros for Felipe Coutinho, 29 of which was paid in the last year. Going to the next news update, we have a report about one of our homegrown players who I am personally very concerned about. Journalist Maria Garridos reports that Alex Collado really wants to compete, but is taking his situation very well. He hopes for a solution in January and hopes that Barca can re-register him in the squad. Up next, we have some great news as news outlet BTV reports that Catalonia will now allow 80% stadium capacity in the sporting events in the upcoming few weeks. As per the reports, the Inter-Territorial Health Committee agreed to increase the capacity to 100% of the outdoor stadiums from 1st October but left the final decision in the hands of the committees that are autonomous. Catalonia initially maintained a 60% limit, but now the Catalan government wants to go one step further by allowing 80% of the capacity. Now that's all the news we could collect for you today in the news section. Now moving on to the transfers part. For the first one, we have a report by reliable journalist Fernando Polo. It states that Barcelona would be in the January transfer market for a striker. Dani Olmo is already ready to come to Barca, but his contract runs until 2024, which makes his arrival complicated. Raheem Sterling is not in Pep Guardiola's plan, and Barca can take the advantage of their relationship with Manchester City to buy him. Reporting further on this issue, Sports states that Raheem Sterling is more than excited to come to Barca and has already given his consent to the deal. He wants to leave Manchester City and understands that Barca can give him the lead role. Sterling's token is high but affordable, like a loan that would interest all the parties. Meanwhile, the report also adds that Barca can spend not more than 16 million euros to reinforce the squad in the January transfer window and buy new players under the financial fair play margins. The salary limit of 98 million euros is not an obstacle since the club has freed up money in the summer by selling Griezmann, Emerson and Illich Moriba. That's all the news we could collect for you today. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon, select all and enable all the YouTube app notifications. We have always been overly impressed by your response to our videos. So in this episode, we have decided to set a target of 550 likes. Please Qlers, help us reach our target on this episode as well. Now that's all we have for today's episode. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Until then, stay safe. Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalunya.